Hey, I ended up talking about a lot in this video, and I just really hope that some of it helps some of you guys, or motivates you, or makes you feel better about something, as well as helping you to get to know me. So yeah, good luck listening to everything I've got to say. Enjoy. This is going to be one of my more difficult commentaries. There'll be some great stuff in this video for sure, but there'll also be some bad stuff, some sad stuff, and hopefully some interesting things for you. No script. Today, I felt like talking about what it's like for someone like myself to have the experience of covering BF5, of being a YouTuber who basically relies upon a game for an extended amount of time, only for it to pretty much sink and leave you with nothing for over a year really to cover that's new and fresh and of interest. That's an eternity on YouTube. That's a big problem. But also how that doesn't actually matter to me as much anymore due to things like changing outlook, death, what I can do for people, etc. I'll insert here a table of contents with timestamps of what I'll be talking about, and I'll be sure to put that in the description as well, so you guys can easily click around the subjects you're interested in. I know there's a real disconnect between being on my side of the screen and on your side of the screen, and you guys are all part of this, so I want to involve you and have you know kind of me a bit, rather than just the GetGoodGuy persona. If you want to go through all of that, then great, let me know at the end that you went all the way through. If not, then just pick the parts you want, and here we go. This video is brought to you by the Board of Awesome from the epic people that support the channel on Patreon, and the current goal for the channel is to hit 60k subscribers, currently sitting at 55k, so if you're new here or want to see more, hitting that subscribe button would be awesome. Thank you so much. BF5, the good and the bad. So for a channel like myself, Battlefield 1 was me laying down my foundation, as some did before on BF4 or whatever it may be, and then for them, BF1 was their explosion point, and I thought maybe BF5 would be that for me. And it wasn't really, not to the same degree. Getting to where I'm at now, 55,000 subscribers, is really cool, it's awesome, it feels kind of surreal. I know compared to some people that doesn't seem like a massive number that we see out there with 1 million, 10 million, but when it's you, when you started with nothing, and you know that almost everyone fails doing this, actually getting to a point of having 55,000 people subscribed and getting millions of views overall is great, but there's no denying that BF5 did not boost my channel to the extent that BF1 did some other channels, because BF5 was just nowhere near as popular, didn't last as long as it should have done, and was kind of a letdown overall. But having a fresh new game in a AAA series always does provide you with some kind of boost, and it did to a degree, and I'm very thankful for that. Thankful for all of you and where it's brought me to. So no, overall I don't think it crushed my channel. I wouldn't say my channel is now crushed, especially with the diversification that I've done, but it brought some big problems. It brought problems like, to cover the game honestly, I had to sound very negative, because honestly that was how I looked at the game, and objectively there's no denying that it didn't go very well, hence EA/DICE cancelling it early, which brought a lot of heat with it. It also means there's not much to cover now, well there's nothing to cover now, and so I end up with very low views. I've gone from having videos that got 50,000 views, 100,000 views, or whatever, to now scratching around trying to get 10k on a video on Battlefield, which can be a struggle, it can be difficult. That's why the Patreon support is so important, and thank you to those that do support me on Patreon. It's so very, honestly, very much appreciated. It's not like a life-changing amount or anything, but it just eases the pressure that tiny little bit more. And I no longer get depressed. I put this on Twitter. I don't get depressed when a video doesn't do well anymore, because I understand that that's just where my channel is right now. It's unavoidable because of how Battlefield 5 has gone and where the Battlefield franchise currently sits. I just accept that that's reality. That doesn't make it not disappointing though when you spend 6 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, whatever on like a live edited video, which gets very good click-through rates, gets very good watch time, gets really good like to dislike ratio, but still doesn't really get very many views because there's just not enough interest in Battlefield anymore. But it's unavoidable. There's nothing I can do about that. And it's important to say that I have brought some of that on myself. My failure for a very long time to properly diversify landed me in that position. You know, I went over 3 years without really diversifying. I did try other games here and there. I have actually made videos on quite a lot of games now, but Battlefield was the focus for a lot of it. Very hardcore focus. And I can never really say that I properly diversified. Now I'm doing that, and so I'm going through the difficulties of that now, and it's just the way it has to be, which is also why lower viewership is to be expected. It's not simply a case of make what you want and people will watch it. It's not like that, I promise you. YouTube has changed very much over the years, and now you're kind of reliant upon your audience watching something to then help it start to get recommended, to help it to spread. Click-through rate and watch time are massive. So if those two are low when you release the video because your subscriber base that you built up isn't interested in that topic, the video often can kind of die, which makes it incredibly hard to diversify. For every modest pelican there is out there, there are hundreds of channels that haven't been able to diversify. I see all the time channels with 100,000 subs, 200,000 subs, 300,000, more, trying to post content on the game they don't normally cover and pulling in, 6,000 views or something. It can be difficult, so that's where I am at right now, but the diversification I have done, I can call a success to some degree. Because while I might have a Call of Duty video or Genshin video, or as far as the Eye video where they get less than 10,000 views, I do also have the Among Us video with nearly 150,000, the Hyperscape video with 130,000 or something. So when I really hit it perfectly, the timing and all that and what people want, and don't rely on the recommendations and instead hope for searching results by releasing early on, things can be really good. It's just that that's extremely difficult to do, especially when I'm not yet known as a review channel. So someone like SkillUp, who's amazing by the way, can release his video when it's ready, or might get early access or whatever, and can get a decent number of views. I'm not in that position. But the bigger you grow, the more you can start to avoid that, obviously. So that's my goal, to get the rewards that he already gets. These are not complaints, this is not whinging, this is not, oh, it's not fair. This is just the reality of the situation, and I understand that, and I'm pushing through it. And so despite these issues with Battlefield, you may have noticed that I still produce quite a lot of content on it, and just accept it's going to get lower views, probably like this video will. The live commentaries I take great pride in, they take a long time to make. I really like them. They don't get anywhere near the views I would like because again, there's not the interest, but I try and put those out now and again. I'm going to keep trying to put those out whilst looking around for other games to cover. God knows how it's going to go, but hopefully it will be good at some point. And I know that come Battlefield next year, Battlefield 2021, I've got a real good shot at blowing up on that game, hopefully, at least within this community, because I have so many ideas. I'm extremely dedicated to making it work. I'll be putting out a stupid amount of content, so that's where my hope lies at the minute. And this intervening period, I just got to push through and try and enjoy covering other games as well as Battlefield. But some of you may ask, and some have noted and asked or inquired about, why was there a drop off in content in the last 6 weeks or so? Because I used to be someone that uploaded a hell of a lot of stuff, and recently I've uploaded very little. And so some of you know, but most of you don't. In that time period, my granddad died. It was very, very special to me. It was a really awesome, fantastic person, inspiring human being. And I just didn't feel motivated to make stuff. And I came back after not very long and said like, okay, this happened, but I'm good to go. Let's carry on. And as much as I didn't feel just bereft with grief or guilt or whatever, the motivation just hasn't fully come back. Probably still now, although I'm trying to put stuff out. And there was no real avoiding that. But it also taught me stuff. It taught me that worrying about the numbers on the screen, the amount of views and all that kind of stuff, it doesn't matter. At least it doesn't matter anywhere near as much as it did before, because nothing really compares to what I had just experienced. Now, that being said, this YouTube thing, this is what I want to do. Making videos and streaming, YouTube, Twitch, whatever. You can add me on Twitch, by the way, link in the description. This is what I want to do. This changed my life. Honestly, genuinely, this changed. I might have had nothing really that I was particularly proud of in terms of that I'd worked for before this. So this is what I want to do. But the worrying about the analytics and stuff is not quite the same for me anymore, which is a good thing. And I'd fully encourage you guys to kind of let go of the stuff that doesn't matter as much as the stuff that really does matter. So by that, I'm talking about own personal happiness, family, friends, health, all that kind of stuff. Again, I've had some health complaints for the past year or two, as some of you know. Focus on the stuff that really matters and let the other stuff fall into place. Now, you got to work extremely hard, and I'm going to, again. But you can't rush stuff. You can't rush sadness. You can't rush health. You can't rush stuff like that. So that's what happened there. And so this is my fresh outlook now. I'm going to grind really hard with the YouTube stuff, but I'm going to grind to try and keep you entertained, as I was before. But that's the main focus, and the views are going to be secondary, because I know at some point point, they will fall into place and I'll get my reward. So whereas before I was satisfied with a video that got 10k views, not happy with it, but at least satisfied, I now accept that coming in under that is going to be the norm probably because of where Battlefield content is, because they're trying to cover other games, and that's fine, as long as I'm entertaining people. You gotta take risks in order to get your reward, and the risks are released in those videos. You know, I heard that Thomas Edison had 1,000 failed experiments or something, and then he invented the light bulb. So I gotta stop being scared of releasing videos in case they do badly, so that's what I'm gonna do. And if you aren't helping other people, you're wasting your time. That's another thing I've heard. And I do want to help people. I want to help some smaller creators. I've been trying to do that. I want to help you guys by keeping you entertained, and I want to do right by my family and friends and all that kind of stuff. And this isn't rambling, this isn't off topic, this is actually entirely what I want to put across to you. It's not all about playing video games and making the videos. I want to be better, and I want you guys to be better, the best that you can be as well. And so for the future, as you can gather, lots of different content as well as Battlefield, streaming, just doing whatever I can. Thank you all for being a part of this. It's incredibly important to me. Yeah, life-changing, honestly, and hopefully in some point in the future, even more life-changing as the channel grows and I can give back again, even more so to smaller creators, help to keep you guys entertained, help you through some of your days. I know some of you have your own struggles. If my videos help you to get through that sometimes, that's awesome. And just thank you for listening. I've probably missed out lots of stuff, but no script. I did the best I could. Got to try and edit out all the pauses and and mistakes in my speech now, but thank you very much. Like, subscribe, links in the description to social media and Twitch and whatever. I'm GetGoodGuy, and I'll see you next time. Laters. It just doesn't really recoil at all. Watch.
And we say bye-bye.
Really?
Nope. Have I just not noticed him? Was he here and I just didn't see him? Oh, hi! Yeah, hi. The camouflage, of course. Oh, no. Oh, that's me just running around again.